and going through their pregame warm-ups, trying to get loose and focused here before tip. We hope this St. Patty's Day is bringing everyone out there good luck so far. We're dialing up some NBA action for you here on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson. Joining me, analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and reporter Allie LaForce. Let's see some of the numbers here for Jaden McDaniels.
And his effective field goal percentage isn't in the best place right now. Over the last 5 games, he hasn't had much shot discipline. He'll be looking to play a lot smarter today.
Now let's take a look at Phoenix's opening lineup. They've got Royce O'Neal, also Green out there, and it's Gillespie in the point guard. And for the Timberwolves, Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Randall and Gobert are in the middle, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Well, Richard, it's no secret. Both of these teams love to let it fly from beyond the arc.
Oh, it's not green lights that these shooters have. It's a freeway. There is no lights.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Crosses over. Randall can't hit. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for the Suns. A tough loss coming against Boston in their last game.
I actually thought their execution at times was excellent, but they failed to come through in those important moments.
And it's just a couple of bad breaks, and then you're on the losing end. I'm sure they're going to bounce back quickly.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. He said they have their work cut out with Devin Booker, who can score in many different ways. Coach told me people talk about his deep shooting range, but his middle is just as lethal. And if you crowd him, he can take it to the rim. And he has the size to do damage there. BA?
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
And with his skill, you kind of forget that Booker is 6'5" and can get to the rim with ease.
First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Outside Edwards. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. From down in the low post, it goes. DiVincenzo's got his second bucket on the night.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, a new ownership group taking over for the Timberwolves, there remains a commitment to continuity on the basketball side. And while creating a replacement for the league's second oldest arena is a priority, they've made it clear their commitment is to remain in Minnesota.
You'd love to hear it. All right, Shams, thank you for the report. Here's Gillespie, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Lets it go from deep, and it's Gobert with a rebound.
Just their first miss of the night. They've been aggressive, and they've been proficient.
Here's Randall, and he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Letting Randall get inside with the ball was a bad mistake. His finishing ability got him to the bucket.
It's Booker on the wing, guarded by Edwards. Outside O'Neal, from outside the arc. Edwards pulls it in.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Gobert. Back to Daniels. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Here's Randall. Pass to McDaniels. 4-3. The rebound by Devin Booker. And Booker's got the ball here for Phoenix. Here's Gillespie. DiVincenzo covering. Gillespie passes to Booker. Over Edwards. Misses off the right iron.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
To the paint. Here's Randall. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game. He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread with the lead pass. Well done.
Wow, Julius Randle. We can feel the floor shaking on that one.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the first. Outside Booker. Outside O'Neal. The 3. Rebound Minnesota.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Out to DiVincenzo. For 3, Randall. Out of bounds. It'll be Phoenix's ball. And with the playoffs around the bend, here are the Western standings. You look at Minnesota, and they're sitting with the 5th seed in the conference currently. And, of course, there's the Suns, only 2 spots back.
Seeing where the Timberwolves are, it really hasn't been the dominant season they were hoping for. But they're still in the hunt for a high postseason seed.
From here on out is just about putting in the work. Coming to every game ready to compete and never giving less than your best.
Don't want to let them get into a rhythm from out there.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Everyone knows Devin Booker for one thing, Richard, his ability to score.
Yeah, I always think back to that 70-point game he had against the Celtics. He was only 20 at the time, the youngest ever in that 70-point club.
Now here's Reed. Yep, that one goes.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
The Suns lead by 3. Pass to Allen. Here's Iguodala. And here's Booker. Allen outside. 3-pointer. And Conley grabs the miss.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And Minnesota with some changes. Julius Randle's checked in for Ingles. And it's Highland in for McDaniels. Phoenix also changing it up. Malawach is checked in for Iguodala. Coffey comes in for Green. And Goodwin is subbed in for Booker. Now here's Allen. No points yet. And once again, off the mark by Phoenix. Outside, Highland. Isumu outside. This one for 3. Connects from downtown. And it's all knotted up.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Here's Allen. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. Tie game in Minnesota. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, and welcome back to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge, too.
Here's Conley. On the court right now, second quarter for the Suns. We've got Amir Coffey, and it's Fleming in at the 5 spot. And they take the lead. Reed's gotten his second bucket on the night.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Goodwin passes to Fleming. Oh, and Reed with a block. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Highsmith, he's checked in for Phoenix. Allen, the pass to Coffey. To the inside. Shot clock at 6. And the basket by Highsmith. Highsmith's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, B.A. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Guys, back to you.
Fills it up with the best. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Here's Goodwin. No points so far. The 3-pointer off the mark. Pass to Conley. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by the Suns. Inside. And now the Suns fast break.
Transition basketball. The most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Come on, get back for your Timberwolves.
Edwards, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Phoenix also changing it up. O'Neal, he's checked in for Dunn. Booker comes in for Coffey. And Gillespie is subbed in for Goodwin. Second quarter basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Left side Highland. Pass to Randall. Back to Highland. Clock at 6. Unloads from 13. And the shot goes in. Highland's gotten his first bucket of the night. Well, every year we see a few teams that exceed expectations, Richard. In your experience, what's the blueprint for an overachieving team?
Well, a lot of times you see new coaching staffs unlocking a roster. Other times it's just healthier bits of competition. And don't forget, health is always a huge component.
Now here's Reed. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Highland, the pass to Randall. Now here's Reed. Here's Highland. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Highland's got 4 points in the quarter.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Booker for 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
They just weren't careful with the rock. The passing was loose. The ball handling was lackluster. That's not how you win in this league.
Hopefully this is a reality check for them. Teams in this league are just too good. You will be punished for your mistakes.
And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Making a switch here. Iguodaro's checked in. All right, let's get some real stats, real scores from the real NBA and see which players have been the league's top scorers over the last 10 games. Second is Devin Booker. The fourth spot held by Anthony Edwards.
These last couple games, both these guys have been red hot, finding buckets with ease and playing from the heart.
Now here's Allen. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston. Pass to Iguodaro. Outside Booker. Here's Gillespie. Over Highland. Phoenix no good that time either.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
The number 1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Suns trail by 6. Gillespie passes to Allen. Looking to win the run. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. changes here for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Randall. McDaniels comes in for DeSumo. And it's DiVincenzo in for Highland. And a change for the Suns. Green's checked in for Allen. A minute 53 left in the first half. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Rudy Gobert talked about his objectives. He said, my goal is to be the best defender ever. And now my only focus is to win a championship and to keep impacting my team. Keep trying to make my team the top defense in the league. I think that's the best measure of an all-time defender. Back to you.
He can lock it down. Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Timberwolves. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home, and that'll put them halfway through a 3-game homestand.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Now here's Booker. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
And it's the way he stated.
Oh, Devin Booker with a little extra sauce.
Nice move by Booker. He's got such an aggressive mindset.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T connected cam? Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. DiVincenzo, pass to Gobert. Down low. O'Neal pulls it in. Phoenix has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Outside Booker. Booker missing again.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
Count the basket. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Outside Booker. Ooh, against inside resistance. Booker still good.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The T-Wolves on top, up 1. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Hey, everybody. Psst. I got a secret. We're approaching the playoffs, and we are starting the show with a breakdown of the Western Conference standings.
Taking a look at the Suns, they're right around where we expected them to be at this point. Nothing to be ashamed of. They've had some great wins. And now they know exactly what they need to work on to become contenders next year.
Looking now at our featured game this evening, the Phoenix Suns have a close one on their hands.
A few things for them to focus on. More presence on the backboards, more physicality, maybe a few elbow sandwiches.
And maybe the guards need to crack back, get in there and help out.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Minnesota in the lead. McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Back to Edwards. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. 5 on the clock. Randall, the pass to DiVincenzo. book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Randall's got his 4th assist with that last one.
Yeah, an underrated passer. Randall has a nice feel for the game and is willing to keep his teammates involved.
Booker for 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. And offensive rebounding, one of Rudy Gobert's specialties, Grant.
Yeah, in some games, over half his points come from second chance opportunities. You know, B.A., even when you block him out, he can reach right over you and get that board.
Suns trail by 4. To the middle. Here's Iguodala, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And Booker is more than just a scorer. Very capable of getting it to his teammates.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Outside, DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
Randall's gone a nice 5 of 8 shooting from the floor. Booker against Edwards. Booker, the pass to Gillespie. Just 5 on the clock. O'Neal on the wing. Blocked!
Yeah, nice swat by Randall, using his size and good anticipation to get in the shooter's way.
That one off the back iron and out. Suns trail by 4. Here's Gillespie. Yet to see a basket. Booker looking around. Goes up on the wing. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall.
Randall inside. He's against O'Neal. Edwards for 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Outside, Green. Randall with some nice D.
And I'm sure this isn't how they drew it up at the half. Only 1 for 5 here in the third quarter.
It's Edwards on the wing. Back to Gobert. Out to DiVincenzo. Booker against McDaniels. Shoots over Booker. Minnesota again missing. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points.
The dime dropping ability of Green. I love it when he looks for his teammates and gets them involved.
It's Edwards on the wing. McDaniels from long range. Knocks it loose. For Phoenix, they've got just 2 of 6 in the second half. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Gobert passes to McDaniels. Outside Edwards. Pass to Randall. The 3, DiVincenzo. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got assist number 5 here tonight. Suns trail by 5. And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. It's been quite a game for Dante DiVincenzo.
Well, he's been destroying them inside, and they need a timeout to figure out an answer or a prayer if there is one.
Timberwolves. Nas Reed's checked in for Gobert. Anderson comes in for Randall. DeSumo, he's checked in for McDaniels. And Mike Conley is subbed in for DiVincenzo. Dunn, he's checked in for the Suns. Allen comes in for Booker. Allen against Edwards. Allen, the pass to Dunn. Some nice ball movement by Phoenix. Shot clock at 5. The Suns need to get off a shot. For 3, Allen, and the Suns miss again.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Reed passes to Conley. Outside, Anderson. Pass to DeSumo. Over to the left wing. Takes a 3. And there's Conley. That one's good. And the assist by Anderson.
Just a smart offensive player. Conley is aware of when he should look to rise and fire. Woo, I love it.
Here's Green. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Really one to watch. Jalen Green is an exciting young star in this league, Richard.
Yeah, he's done a lot of maturing as a player in just a few seasons. Sometimes he looks confident, sometimes he looks overwhelmed, but his overall game has improved.
And he knocks down the first one. And you watch Jalen Green, the second pick of the 2021 draft. He is built to score, Richard.
Yeah, he's a terrific shooter. Moves easily around the floor, and his ability to make mid-air adjustments, yeah, that's something different.
Highsmith, he's checked in for Phoenix. Devin Booker comes in for Gillespie.
Look, Green is one of those players that always finds a way to create something offensively that gets his team good looks.
Pass to Reed. Now here's DeSumo. Allen defending. DeSumo can't hit. Suns trail by 7. Allen, the pass to Green. In close. Green puts it in.
Making things happen amongst those trees. Green, he's pretty relentless.
Outside Conley. Kicks it out to Anderson. Back to Conley. DeSumo with it. Working on Green. And the basket by DeSumo.
I like the intention, the focus, finding a way to make it work inside.
Here's Allen. And that's not going to go. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's Minnesota up by 7. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter started. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so in the game for the Suns, Grayson Allen is out there with Devin Booker. Then there's Amir Coffey, and it's Dunn in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Reed with it. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And it's going to go on Devin Booker. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
2 shots.
Also, they were ultra consistent from outside, hitting a high percentage of those shots tonight.
And that one falls for Reed. Phillips is checked in for Minnesota. Goodwin's checked in for the Suns. And so Reed nails them both. And so it's Phoenix with it. 9-point game. Pass to Goodwin to the paint. And he makes no mistake. Slam.
slam dunk. He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the T-Wolves. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Dosunmu, the pass to Reed. And here's Randall, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Reed. And here's what Phoenix's schedule looks like. On Thursday, they'll match up against De'Aaron Fox and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And you know, for that matchup with Denver, that's one that could easily go either way. A few mistakes could be the difference. I expect it to be a fun one.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Edwards is checked in. Phoenix also changing it up. Iguodala comes in for Dunn. And it's Coffey in for Goodwin. Here's Highsmith. And the Suns miss again.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Conley finds Reed. Now here's Edwards. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. And that one's good from Conley.
See the poise from the veteran Conley, showing no fear attacking the defense inside.
Here's Coffey. Right side Booker. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Dosunmu outside. Outside Conley. Left side Reed. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. Suns trail by 7. Here's the teardrop. Iguodala banked it in off the glass.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Minnesota with some changes. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Jaden McDaniels comes in for Dosunmu. And it's DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Phoenix also changing it up. O'Neal, he's checked in for Highsmith. Jalen Green comes in for Coffey. And Gillespie is subbed in for Allen. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Minnesota leading by 5. Left side, DiVincenzo. Randall outside. DiVincenzo against Booker. Yes, sir! Bank it in the layup.
Ooh, he's earning his keep offensively, a key part of their winning effort at this point.
Booker with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Green! No good from 3! And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. DiVincenzo fires. Can't get the 3. Puts up the tray. Buries it from outside.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Outside Booker. Gobert pulls it down.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
DiVincenzo. It's money from deep.
Now he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Booker with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Takes a 3. Gobert pulls it down. And Chris Finch has called timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged.
Minnesota making a change here. Reed's checked in. Here's Randall. Outside, DiVincenzo. And he nails it.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Timberwolves.
Man, they were in a groove from long range tonight.
Yeah, they were able to find space, and they were ready to let it fly the moment they saw an opening.
After coming away with this W, this will give them 42 wins on the year.
And with this victory, they managed to avoid the embarrassment of getting totally swept in this season series. Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Outside, DiVincenzo. He's off from three. And here are the Suns now. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Outside Green. Fires the three. Cleared away by Edwards. Shoots a three. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
All right, to Allie LaForce with our player of the game.
Dante, you won state titles in high school, 2 national titles at Villanova, and now a growing role in the NBA. What has been the secret to your success?
It's my ability to adapt. Different teams, different dynamics of different teams, and just my ability to adapt to that team and fit.
Sky's the limit, guys.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Dante DiVincenzo.